Hi everybody, today I'm taking a little break from my outside chores and all those survival videos that you've been watching. Now I'm going to bring you a little bit of news. This is news and it's titled Amish Under Fire. I'm going to read to you the article so I get it word to word, but it seems like the Amish are under fire in the state of Michigan. I'm going to read you the article, and I'm also going to try to see if I can find where the article was written. I'm subscribed to an Anabaptist magazine, and so this is where the article came from. I'm going to read it to you, and then I want you to tell me in the comments below what are your thoughts on all of this. On December the 24th, 2019, Amish residents in Michigan are suing the Loudoun County Health Department for violating their religious liberty rights by seeking to have their homes demolished if they don't modernize water and sewage systems. County Administrator Martin Marshall said officials are protecting the public health by ensuring property owners comply with the Environmental Health Code, which has requirements on how human waste can be disposed. These Amish do not use electricity, hydraulic power, or running water because of their religious observances that reject modern technology in favor of the simple living. Instead, the families hand pump water and use outhouses. A separate suit filed last month in the 39th Circuit Court, the county said it has condemned structures of 14 Amish properties as unfit for human habitation because sewage disposal and water supply systems are inadequate. The suits say unsanitary conditions are injuring neighboring properties. In addition, injury to persons and children is highly probable and immediate unless the nuisance is immediately corrected by removal of the buildings. The county is asking for court orders requiring the property owners to either correct their violations of the health code or demolish their buildings, even the new buildings. Last week, attorneys for the American Civil Liberties Union of Michigan, the ACLU, and Dayton, Ohio-based law firm Wright & Schultz countersued Loudoun County on behalf of the families on referral from the Fair Housing Center of the Southeast and Mid-Michigan. The countersuits say the health department's actions violate our constitutional rights and guarantees the right to religion. Also, it cites violations and provisions in the Federal Fair Housing Act. The Constitution allows everyone to practice religion as they see fit, as long as they're not harming anyone. Phil Mayer, senior staff attorney of the ACLU in Michigan, said, if the county gets its way, it'll be the expulsion of the entire religious community within its borders. Mayer also said he's not aware of any health problems caused by the sewage disposal. And counterclaims says the method used to provide water to homes and dispose of black and gray water doesn't have any health or safety threat. The county said in a statement Monday that it's willing to work with the property owners and emphasized that they never want to demolish any homes. Furthermore, the county said that they are in ways to comply with the code without installing electricity. There are safe options for outhouses that have been presented to the families. The county itself has implemented many outhouses in their county parks. The health department first received complaints in 2015 from county residents about the unsanitary disposal of sewage. The county said it's educated property owners on the health code. None of the property owners have agreed to compromise, county officials said, and additional homes have been constructed in the area and could be demolished. We've let the property owners know that they have the option available to them. Now, if they're only willing to work with us in order to get the environmental codes up to date. Now, here is your questions. What possible motivation did county officials have to enforce the sewage and water handling in Loudoun County? And why do you think the Amish don't want to comply? Can the ACLU lawyers file a lawsuit on behalf of the Amish without the Amish being part of it? Because you see, the Amish don't believe in suing anyone. So can the ACLU actually work on behalf of the Amish if they're not the ones that are doing the suing? This got me really thinking. The Amish live in the world, but not of the world. And in fact, it's getting harder and harder for the Amish to live in a way that they do. But From experience, I know that the Amish are very sanitary people. The Amish don't just throw stuff out and let it to fester. The Amish know of the old-fashioned ways of disposal of sewer and of water. To me, it seems like it's a trespass of their beliefs. They're not harming anyone. They're not doing any harm to anybody. Lately, there's a flood of Amish heading into Ontario, Canada, heading up to the hills of New York. I can understand that because they're not as welcomed here anymore like they used to be. Pennsylvania, of course, the Amish are loved. That's because of the tourists. And I think it's getting to the point where people just complain about everything. I mean, they live in harmony with nature. They're very clean. They take care of themselves. They take care of their homes. Their homes are beautiful. Because they have an outhouse does not necessarily mean that there's sewage running everywhere. But people, they're not educated in the facts of the old-fashioned way of living. And they don't understand that if your sewer goes down 6 feet in the ground, your sewer is going to automatically be neutralized by the soil. And in fact, when it's all neutralized, you wouldn't even know it was sewer because it would be neutralized and it would be like fresh dirt. Cow manure that you spread on the fields, this human waste actually is deep in the ground. And by the time it gets to the groundwater, it's disposed of. People just don't understand the scientific method of it all. I think they think that the Amish just go out on the ground and squat there, and that would be water runoff. That's why you never do things like that. That's why when you have gray water, you never put it in a sprinkler system and have it sprinkle all over your plants, because that way it's contamination. But if you have gray water and the gray water is running and it gets seeped up by the ground right away, within 8 minutes, then you're not polluting anything, because by the time it gets to the ground, it would have seeped through. So why is it a problem with sewage and gray water into oceans? Well, that's different between the ground. In the ocean, you don't have the soil to absorb it all. And so it's just there and it's getting gooky and yucky and, you know, it's like festering. It's the only word I can say because it's becoming very nasty and smelly. But when it's in the soil, there's all those worms and microorganisms and they're just eating it up. And it's become good soil again. I'm on a little bit of a rant because I do understand the whole Amish aspect of life, and I do understand all of it. And people who are in the modern world do not understand. You know, I always said it seems so stupid to have number 2 and then have 4 gallons of water to flush down that. All you're doing is making a caustic solution. 4 gallons of water in your toilet, or 2 gallons, let's say 2 gallons. 2 gallons of water, even a gallon of water in your toilet for a small, you know what? I bet you never heard me talk like this before, but it's true. When we came up with our sewage system, it was set up for failure. Sewage just running everywhere. But that's why if you have your own sewage system, you have a holding tank and then you have a drain field, because then it flows through the drain field, and by the time it gets to the ground, it's seeped in the ground. That's what a drain field is. And so it's no different in having an outhouse. If your outhouse and all of that goes down into the ground, it seeps down in there and it eventually gets used up by the soil. And every so many years, what you do is you fill it in with dirt and then you have another outhouse. And then after 5 to 10 years, you can go back to your original outhouse, set it up there, because by then there won't be anything left. Human manure is nothing to stick your nose at. Human manure is something that we all have to deal with. But if we deal with it properly, we know common sense and scientific formulas. We know that it's okay. What is your thoughts on it? What do you think about the Amish? Do you really believe that they're destroying even the brand new houses just because threatening to? All because they don't have proper running water? What makes a house a home? It's not if you have running water. It's not if you don't have this or that. It's if you keep your home properly maintained. These homes were built this way. I tell you people, if things get bad, there's a lot of people going to be in for a very rude awakening, and they're going to have the aha moment. Take care, everyone. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Hi, everybody. If you love the Mennonite life and want to learn more about it, take a look below. All these videos I share with you my ancestry, and I share with you my traditions in life. See you guys tomorrow.